Here we are again. So it's the filling for the cake. So we've just done. What you'll need is this one's great. Very simple. You will need salt, Philadelphia cream cheese, that is, vanilla again, and extra double cream, thick cream. Have a look. Put them in a bowl, mix them. The more you mix them, the more air you're going to get through it, and then that's going to be basically foolproof mix for cakes. You add chocolate to it if you want it chocolatey. You add strawberry flavouring to it, any sort of flavouring at all. But when you're doing a cake that's got fruit in it, you're more than likely not to add chocolate to it. Chocolate and fruit, not the same thing. Not the same thing. Not really. Not for me. But you do get your Black Forest Gatto and all that. So there are exceptions. And really, when you eat, if you taste coffee, sometimes it's so fruity in its flavours because it is a bean, which is close to a fruit, you know what I mean. So, thanks for listening to my ramble. And here's your rubbish. That's the end of that. This time it's really late at night, so I suggest if you don't want to wake up your baby, have a couple of tea towels, or your wife, or your kids, over your mixer, over the engine bit, but don't get him caught up, will you? Oh no, it's going to take a really long time. Well done. Well, I don't have to whisper anymore, that's the loudest thing ever. Right, here you go, here's your stuff now. And that's ready. And we'll put that on the cake in a little while maybe. We'll have a look, see if the cake's ready now. Over here. So put my hand underneath the cake. And on top of the cake, that's pretty good. I could probably ice that. I can ice these right now. Oh, I'm never going to do this right with all this pressure of this thing. Okay, that's good. So we can take them out, put them on there, that's excellent. Alright, so you guys get to see the full show. How to ice a cake if you can't be bothered. One cake, two cakes. Can you see? Right, so there we go. Not now. Who is this?
It wasn't recording.
Yeah, I know, but you know, I am recording here.
Oh.
So, would you excuse me?
Yeah.
Please. Thank you. If you want to come in and get a bottle, that's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, so. Would you mind not making any noise? Right, so I've got the first part of the cake on, that's great. You can add jam or anything you want to the top of these sponges. It's really not necessary because you're just making a quick cake. Somehow even. So stick a bit on your bottom there. It holds your cake on. Okay. Now one goes one way, one goes the other way. Just like that. Just put it on. There we go, some sort of cake. Push the middle. And the rest on top. Like so. Maybe a little bit like this. Please, still rolling. Alright, so I'm going to take it. The thing is with icing something, try and keep the icing all in one thing and move the icing as a giant thing. As soon as you get a space in the cake, it's going to pull the cake. So you need a great big load of stuff to do it. Oh no, this is bad. I'm doing badly now. Please. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to take a great big lump and stick it on the side. And it's like too much. It's too much, obviously. And then just take your thing, you see, start to pull it around. Then it's filling that gap. Use anything you want. Fork, spoon. Let's use a spoon now. Shake and do it with a spoon. Do it with a spoon or anything. Just get it round. And push it into the little groove inside there. Once it sort of covers the whole cake, then you're away. I mixed this a bit too long, that's why it's a bit weird. Okay. what I'm doing now is getting some icing sugar, because I absolutely forgot to put in the sugar. I forgot to tell you to put sugar in it. Put sugar in your icing. It's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. This is terrible. That's just a waste of cake. So what I'm going to do is going to try and save it. I'm going to get some plain flour and not put that on it. I'm going to get some icing sugar, which I have right here. Here, icing sugar. Let's take this. You're supposed to have added this to it. Let's see what I can do. There's no sugar in it now, so you're supposed to put sugar in it, Mike. You idiot. Okay, let's see if that's fixed a sin or two. Sometimes your best mistakes are your best inventions. That sugar seems to be soaking up into there. Try it. It's done it. It's pulled it back. I forgot to put the sugar in, but that's just done enough to put the sugar back into the thing. In fact, I think it's maybe a better technique. Very good. Well, we're covered. Well, that's what you got to do. Baking. You got to think on your feet. And whatever mode of transport you have going on. So let's see how this goes now. This is another freezer cake. If you want to freeze it, any of these cakes, they're great. Freeze them for work. Get them in that cabin. Show your mates. Best cake in the cabin. Let's take her off. Alright, wicked. That's what we have. Good enough cake. That's what we'll call this one. Good enough cake. So the other things come in the freezer as soon as it's ready. I'll do that bit. Thanks. Part 3.